It's scary.
In every second, whether it be morning, noon, or night, a catastrophic meteorological storm will be breaking news live somewhere around the world, revealing great devastation. The disastrous experiences Moses faced depicted a raging storm as he crossed the Red Sea in an effort to escape the impending wrath of Pharaoh. He prospered over ancient Egypt from 1279 to 1213 BC. The second book of Moses, called Exodus, it shares that Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night.
The wind opens the sea!
As we look at the generations of old, it is conceivable we will also experience desert places. And raging storms as we rise to meet the demands of life. We are inclined to ask, should we fear the gloomy adversities of societal immoralities? The answer is no. The future will become worse globally.
Should we automate away all the jobs, including the fulfilling ones? Should we allow AI machines to flood the internet with propaganda and fake news? Should we develop non-human minds smarter than our own? Machines that might one day outnumber us or outsmart us? Do we risk losing control?
As we transition to all kinds of debilitating devices, our history may be impacted. We are informed by Romans 1:30, men will become inventors of evil things. Indulgence will become the norm as appetites increase. Galatians 5:17 shares, for the desires of the flesh are against the desires of the spirit, and the desires of the spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other to keep you from doing the things you want to do. Romans 1:28, it states, since they did not think it worthwhile to retain the knowledge of God, he gave them over to a depraved mind to do what ought not to be done. 1 Corinthians 3:18, let no man deceive himself. If any man seems to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. Know that the time is near. 1 John 3:8, it says, whoever makes a practice of sinning is of the devil, for the devil has been sinning from the beginning. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the works of the devil. Our storms may be many or few in this life, and we can choose to ignore the signs. 2 Timothy 3:2-3 informs us, for men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unforgiving, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Shall we succumb to them by not opening our eyes to this enormous humanitarian issue? We must exhibit wisdom that pulls back the curtain and transcend the storm. Isaiah 5:20, woe to those that call good evil and evil good, that put light for darkness and darkness for light, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Run to him and be assured of Psalms 34:17 that tells us, when the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and save the crushed in spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He keeps all his bones. None of his bones are broken. We must not let our burnout, stress, fear, anxiety, our hurts become a pattern for hurting others. God will heal every place you're hurting. Philippians 4:7 states, "And the peace of God which surpasses all understanding shall guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Allow your transformation to become a pattern that others will copy. Let us remember Colossians 3:14. "And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony." There is no fear in love, 1 John 4:18. But perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with torment. Revelation 21:8 tells us, "But as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for murderers, the sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire, and sulfur, which is the second death." 1 Samuel 16:7. "For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart." We must examine our life and understand our restoration comes from Him. Second Corinthians 5:15. "If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new." There must be a complete metamorphosis. Colossians 3:12-13 that tells us, "Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive." This is the testament, Revelation 21:6. It tells us, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give from the spring of the waters of life without payment." Therefore, let us remember the price He paid.